Pound Posse Presents, where there's always a surprise in store. With me tonight is a dear old friend. You would know her on Facebook as Linda McCarthy Wyatt.
Hi.
Linda, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me so spur of the moment this evening.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
This was really a surprise. Linda and I have been friends since 1990-ish. We hardly ever get to see each other anymore. Her husband, Chuck, who is here as well, in the area for he's waving, in the area for business, and I get this call, hey, are you free? Well, I'm free if you want to come on the show with me. So here we are now.
I knew she was doing her show tonight, so
Yeah.
that's why I called.
Yeah, she knew I was doing the show. She's like, do you have any time at all? I'm like, I don't know. You want to come on the show? I got plenty of time then. So here we are, and it's like so really cool to see you. What's it been like, you said 15 years?
Oh, at least I would say 15
And-
since we've seen each other.
Yeah, at least. We've
Yeah.
talked, we've been on Facebook. Linda is one of the people who I shout out we share a birthday.
We do.
So when I always say, hey Linda, and you're always going that's her. So, if we had Celeste here, it would be like
I know.
the perfect
I
threesome,
know.
right?
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
bad, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, on to business, because it can't be all about the fun. Well, it kind of can, but maybe a little later. We put in for our renewals for the show, and I have to thank Speedo because he brought my slip in because it was a little tough for me this time around. So Speedo, thank you very much for getting my slip in, and hopefully everything will be good. We have to renew every quarter. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that we keep our spot and all will be well. It's okay.
He'll get up and come over here.
Well, Speedo, do something about that. Anyway, last week we had Bikers Against Animal Cruelty on, and we had a great time. I don't know if you saw that one.
I did.
And
I did.
we had some fun pictures, and we were
Yeah.
talking about that
Yeah,
before.
it was great. Really
And we
great.
had like a really great time. Tomorrow is their event. I look forward to going. I promised on the air I'm going to the event, and I will. I look forward to doing a lot more stuff with them in the future. We talked about some stuff off the air, so stay tuned for that. It'll be a lot of fun. But anyway, let's get the poster up, Zach, for tomorrow's event with Bikers Against Animal Cruelty. It's their 8th annual motorcycle rally and pet adoption event. It's going to be from 1 o'clock until 6 o'clock at P&A Park in Wallingford. There's going to be over 40 vendors, animals for adoption. There'll be 5 bands, a bounce house, games. It's definitely a family-friendly event. They have some amazing raffles. If you look at the event on Facebook, some of the stuff they have listed there is just amazing. For those of you who are into raffles, there is a car show, a bike show, Smooch a Pooch, which, yeah, Greg said he was going to try to get some of maybe the adoptable animals to man the booth, which would be really cool, you know? I mean, it would be love at first kiss, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
And, you know, I'm sure those adoptable dogs won't kiss and tell either.
No, they never do.
No.
They're very good though.
So there's also going to be a dunk tank, and I still call not it.
Oh no.
One of the members last week, Les, was like, oh yeah, I think you'd be great in the dunk tank, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not thinking so, not in this lifetime.
No.
But maybe someday I would do that if it were
I don't know. I think you should do
for a
it.
good reason.
This is a good reason.
I mean, no, not that Bikers Against Animal Cruelty isn't a good reason, but I'm pretty sure like the stakes would have to be really high for somebody for me to do that. You know what I mean? Maybe that should be a raffle. I'm not so sure.
Maybe.
But
that might be good. I
that's
like
all
that.
in the future. For me to get wet in public, this hair, I don't know. It would not be a pretty thing, and it would probably have to be at the end of the day, and I get to go home because the hairspray, the
Yeah.
curls, it'll all
Yeah.
happen. It won't be
Sure.
pretty.
Oh, it'd be beautiful.
It won't be. You can say that. Anyway, so there's the poster. There's the information. Like I said, I did promise that I will be there tomorrow, and I'm absolutely looking forward to it. Last year, they got rained on hard, which was sad. But I think tomorrow's supposed to be pretty warm and pretty nice out. So they should have a good turnout. And if anybody's going, holla. let me know you'll be there. If you see me, come on up and say hi. I'll have my Pound Posse Presents t-shirt on. In case you miss me, by recognizing me, you'll be able to know that it's me, and just like introduce yourself, because if you watch the show, I'd love to thank you in person. Anyway, we will take the camera back, and I still can't believe you're here. It's like way too cool. I have to say, Linda is the person who finally got it through my head how to drive a stick. I have to tell you, we were on a mission one time, and Linda was having some health problems, and we're about to go over the George Washington Bridge.
Yep.
And she said, I can't, I don't feel good, I can't drive, you have to. She pulls over just before we hit the George Washington Bridge, tells me I have to drive. Now, it's bumper to bumper traffic, and I'm still not getting it, folks. I got it after that. I don't know how many times I stalled her car.
She did.
But if anybody who knows that I can drive a stick, I owe it to this lady right here, because under duress,
She did it. She did it.
I had no choice.
I was a little 1989 Hyundai XL
Yep.
that used to putt, putt, putt up
Yeah.
the hills.
Yeah,
Remember?
remember? Yeah, she had to turn off the air conditioner, and we'd be like
And we
this
go,
up the
I think
hill.
I can. I think I can. I think I can.
Yeah. Oh boy, I'll
had some
tell you.
fun.
We did. We have some stories.
Oh.
It's yeah.
We can't tell them now, though.
No, we probably we'd have to kill somebody if we told them.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, I'd like to point out my Cecil shirt tonight. This was something I got that I'm really proud of. I think it's really cool. It says "Roar with Cecil," and you know, I wore it just for the show tonight. So there. I did hear that the dentist is closing or has closed his practice.
I heard
Boo-hoo.
that he had reopened it.
Oh no, I heard that it was like closing down.
Oh, well, I should
So-
certainly think so. I don't think
Yeah.
he dares be around anywhere.
No. So, you know, boo-hoo, too bad, so sad. And,
He
you
won't
know,
be able to make enough money to go hunting anymore.
yeah, he won't be able to afford his
Aw.
lifestyle.
What a shame.
So maybe some of these animals will stand a chance now.
Yes, that would be good.
Yeah, that would be very good. I have an update on one of my birthday dogs, Bailey, who was here a few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. Let's see, it was Bikers, then Murdoch, then Bailey, going backwards. Bailey, let's have that picture, Zach, has gone back to be with Kitty. The people really missed him, and they had some health issues with Kitty. Unfortunately, they not only had to settle her in and get their other dog used to having new siblings, but, Kitty had a whole lot going on, and now they've gotten past that, and they've got her settled in, and they really missed Bailey, so they asked if they could give it another shot.
That's so wonderful.
And he is actually doing really well. I got a message just before I left the house tonight that it's going so well, it's permanent.
Wonderful.
So I am so happy. Bailey and Kitty had gone to stay with these people like a foster to adopt situation, and unfortunately, as the story goes, Bailey was not working, and it can be overwhelming, when you're used to having one dog, you try to take two in. With all due respect, these people seem to be a little older. It's a lot. You're trying to get everything just like all set and together, and the beautiful thing is they really did grow attached to him in the short time they had him, and they missed him. And so now
nice.
Bailey is back with his kitty, and this is a picture of Bailey, Kitty, and Barnaby. The big guy in the middle is Barnaby. And if you look at Kitty's face, look at how content she looks with her little eyes closed, and she looks like she's probably already a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
And, Bailey's looking pretty happy himself. I guess part of the problem was he was really active, and he is. When he was here on the show, he was all over the place. And, but a wonderful, wonderful dog. So nothing makes me happier ever than knowing that a dog is in a home. So thank you to Melanie for giving me that update just before we went on the air, that they're keeping him. So
It's so good when you hear some good news like
yeah,
that.
it is.
It just makes you feel so good
Yeah.
all over.
So I'm over the moon, and congratulations, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'm hoping that, you know, someday I'll get to see both of them, because I didn't get to meet Kitty. I only got to meet
Aw.
Bailey. But you never know.
Well, have a great life, Bailey.
Yes, ma'am. Alrighty, we will take the camera back. And unfortunately, got a little something not pretty to talk about. You know, these things that keep popping up where dogs are getting horribly abused and then dumped, and Speedo's walking out of the room because I know he can't stand even looking or hearing about it. It's a horrible thing when someone abuses an animal, and it's a horrible thing the way they'll just dump them like garbage wherever they feel like dumping them. I mean, if you look at what was done to Puppy Doe, and then she was just dumped on the street, in the park, whatever, used up like and dumped like garbage. Horrible, horrible thing to do. There's a dog who was found dumped a couple of weeks ago in a yard in Florida. And I guess it was an assisted living facility yard from what I read. Zach, let's get the first two pictures up. They are hard to look at. This is Khalessi. She was found in this horrible condition, missing half her face. And let me just say that a dog's nose is pretty much the most sensitive. Just keep the first two for now, Zach. The most sensitive part of a dog's body. You know, the bridge of the nose is sensitive bone. The nasal cavity, the nose, the lips, very, very sensitive, and fragile. And here is this dog missing all of that. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine.
I can't imagine either. That's just...
Yeah. How does that happen? How do you do that? The vets definitely said that was not a birth defect. That was done to her. Passion for Pits is the rescue that stepped up for Khalessi and took her in and decided that, you know, they would try to do what they could for her, have her assessed, see if, you know, there was anything that could be done. X-rays showed that she had a previous broken pelvis, broken back, rib fractures, and damage to her legs from blunt force. This was severe abuse over a period of time. Possibly she was a bait dog, and she was definitely bred.
Yeah.
So, you know, the scary part is this happens. These poor dogs don't always get out of the situation alive. A lot of them get out of it alive, and they have to be put down because their injuries are just too great. The good news for Khalessi is that they decided that they could probably fix her. And by fixing her, you know, you're talking, she's got plenty of surgeries ahead of her. She already had one. Zach, let's get the other two pictures up. They were able to stretch some of the skin. I wondered how they were going to do this.
Wonderful.
You know, I mean, you talk about human skin transplants and that woman who had the
Grafts
face
and-
transplant and all that.
That's
But this is her own skin, and they were able to stretch it around. You can see the two little holes where she can breathe now out of that little area. That picture kind of looks like her eyes are so shocked and scared, but they actually reconstructed so far that much of her face, which is amazing.
Wow. That's
She has a
beautiful.
nose. She looks so much, you know.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
She was not, I will never say she was ugly before.
Never.
You know,
No,
it's
no.
the scars of a survivor.
That's right. No dog is ugly.
Never. But, you know, her scars were, or her face, her features were that of a survivor. And now she has more of an acceptable, because, you know, people always want acceptable.
Right.
But she's probably going to be far more comfortable because face it, when your teeth are exposed and they get
Exactly.
dry and
Yeah.
you can end up with
Sure.
infections
Oh,
and
must have been horrible.
irritations. Yeah.
Horrible.
So she'll at least be at this point this much more comfortable in her day-to-day existence. And of course, like I said, she has many more surgeries ahead of her.
Right.
I believe they have to do something about her legs and some of her aches and pains. But she is a 30-pound pit bull. You know, it's really sad that it's always the pits.
Always.
It's always the pits.
And they're always the ones you see on rescue too. I mean, they're
Yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. But she is, from what they say, a happy dog. She's loving. She's got a great personality. Passion for pits, determined to make the rest of her life worth living. Again, they named her Khalessi, and she is about a year or two old. She will hopefully have a long and good and as pain-free as possible life. She does have her own page on Facebook, which is Khalessi, which if you look at that first page, let's run through the pictures again, Zach. If anybody's not sure of the spelling, there it is right there. You can look her up under her own page on Facebook. And they do have a post that explains her situation, which is where I did get some of the bits and
Right.
pieces that I needed to fill in to talk about this tonight. But there is the Passion for Pits page, and also the veterinarian who is doing the surgery. Unfortunately, Khalessi has to spend a lot of time at the vet, so it's Hayes Town Veterinary Hospital, and that the wording is on that picture right there. And they're doing such a great job. They're doing such a wonderful thing for her to try to give her a better and more comfortable life. I can't imagine how much better she must feel now.
I can't even imagine the pain that poor thing went through.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah, when that would have happened, what would have been able to do that? And
Ugh.
we'll take the camera back, Zach.
It's horrible.
The speculation that she was a bait dog.
Mhm.
Unless you've ever seen a dog fight, a real dog fight, or an attack, you can't imagine the strength and the
It's terrible.
force that that can go with it.
Exactly.
And
What's amazing, though, really and truly amazing, is that these dogs go through that, and someone has abused them, beaten them, whatever. They still love.
yeah,
They still love.
they crave human attention.
They want
crave
you.
the affection. Look
Yeah.
at Murdoch.
Yeah. Oh, I love Murdoch.
Look at Murdoch. I mean, whatever he went through,
Yeah.
he is
Yep.
still that dog who wants to sit here on the floor and
Yep.
give kisses. And
Yeah.
they posted a new video of him today,
Did they? I didn't
just
see
rolling
it
around
yet.
in the grass and playing with chewing on a bone. And
Yeah. I mean, this poor Khalessi, she should be trying to get as far away as she can from people.
Yeah.
She should be probably fear aggressive and all of
very
those
leery
things.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah,
But no,
she's not,
no.
and they're not.
Nope.
It's just amazing the heart that dogs have. They forgive so much better than people.
Yes, they do.
And bless their beautiful souls for the way they are. There are the ones that are special needs emotionally,
Yeah.
as well as physically because of their abuse, but for the most part they rebound. And sometimes the only caveat is that they can't be around other dogs,
Right.
just
Right.
because of what they've been through. Now I can imagine, I wouldn't blame Khalessi for never wanting to be
Right.
around another dog again,
Oh, I know.
because in her mind all she's going to know is that's what
That's
happened
right.
to her. So
If that's what happened to her,
if
even
that's what happened to her,
because of all the blunt force injuries too, you have
Yeah.
to wonder.
yeah,
Yeah.
was someone just cruel to
Yeah,
her?
someone just-
with all of these people who are duct taping their
Oh.
muzzles. I mean, who knows what happened to her? Unfortunately, she'll never be able to tell
Can't
us.
tell us. That's right.
But may she live a long and happy life, and I certainly hope that they can make her as comfortable as possible, and what they've done with her face will
It's amazing.
will stay, and she doesn't have infections and problems, and and stuff like that. And I still think it's amazing that you
Oh.
can, you know, reconstruct
It is. It is.
a face like that. And again, I wondered if like how they were going to do that, and they posted, you know.
It's you know what they can do today is just incredible.
It is.
And the dogs that survive today,
Never had a chance before.
never. No. A few years back,
Yeah.
they didn't.
I
They-
mean, you know, starting with what we've seen on Facebook, you know, starting with Patrick,
Yes.
how he survived, and I still get chills.
Oh,
How
it's
he
amazing.
survived, and to watch him blossom.
He is the most gorgeous dog now.
He is
Absolutely beautiful.
He's robust, and he's like so happy. And the only telltale sign is you could still see that little bit of ring around
Yes.
his eyes.
Yep.
That's the
Yeah.
only telltale sign.
Yeah.
But you know, dogs
It's
are just
beautiful.
amazing, and you know, people stop with the abuse. And I'm just going to throw in there: if you see abuse, report it. We touched on this last week with
Yes.
Bikers Against Animal Cruelty.
Yep.
Don't let that happen. You know, don't be afraid of the repercussions. Don't let it happen.
I have a
Find
lot of
venue.
people who get a little impatient with me because I spend a great deal of time posting these dogs on Facebook and trying
Yeah,
to
you
see if
do.
I can find homes, and they get sometimes upset with me.
Yeah.
I don't want to see all those dogs, you know.
Yeah.
But
Deal with it. Someone's
know,
got to do it.
well, as I say to them when they do complain to me, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Amen.
So if you don't say anything, if you don't do anything, I beg people, please, if you see something, let us know about it. Let someone know so
Yeah.
that it can be changed. And if you see a posting on Facebook that maybe you can help, post one or two a day that you see me post. One
Yeah.
or two. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
just
asking.
all it takes is a share,
Yeah,
because
takes
you
2
never
seconds.
know if it's going to get to the right set of eyes.
Exactly.
And you know, once it does, the
That's
rest is
right.
history.
And once in a while, we get to be fortunate enough that we will see an update that says adopted
Yeah.
or safe.
And you know,
Wow.
you shared it. And
Ah.
you never know if it's your share that did it.
Exactly.
But regardless of whether it was or wasn't, it works. Like, you know, I always think, you know, when I write about an animal and something happens, whether it was with a share of something I wrote or something I posted, doesn't matter to me at all, as long as the end is the happy one. And
If you
that's-
help save just one life,
yeah, you'll see how good it feels, and you'll stop complaining about
Yeah.
people posting.
it is. It's a wonderful thing. It really is.
Anyway, one last thing I want to bring up. It's a couple of weeks away. It's the Pet Rock Festival, which is at Becker College, because I can't read my own handwriting, on September 13th from noon to 5. I'm going with that's Leicester, Mass.
Leicester.
Since
Lester.
Leicester?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you're the
Leicester.
Massachusetts
Yes.
expert. See, that's why I had
I'm
her
the
here
Boston
tonight.
girl.
Yeah, well, and we'll leave that alone too. There's going to be, let's get the poster up, why don't we, Zach? Live music, vegetarian food court. There's Juno. This wasn't quite the picture I was ready for yet, but that's okay. You can flip back and forth between them. The vegetarian food court, games for kids, exhibits, vendors, demonstrations, and more. The big celebrity presence, which, yeah, you can bring the little Juno picture up now. Nora the Explorer, Juno and Bert, Gizmo, Madison's Mission, Hudson the Railroad Puppy, Hannah's Home, the Sweet Pea Shelter where Bailey came from. So there's going to be a whole lot of my famous Facebook friends that I can't wait to see, because I do plan on trying to get there. It's on my radar. You know, I've made that commitment, and I believe this is one that I'm dragging Zach with me, right, Zach? What is this one? I hear him say, yeah, the one in Massachusetts, Zach. Oh yeah, he says.
I might want to do that one too.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get there, I would love to see you there.
I would love to.
I would love to see you there and introduce you to all of my.
Yeah, I'd love to.
You've seen Juno. I know you.
Oh, yeah.
You follow her page.
And Hudson.
And Hudson, yep. And Gizmo's been on
Yeah.
the show, and Bert's been on the
Yep.
show, and I can't wait to meet Hannah and
Oh,
Madison.
yeah.
And so, you know, there's these events are such a wonderful way for the people who mingle on Facebook
Yes.
to mingle in person. You know,
And to get to see some of the dogs that
Yeah.
they've pulled for and prayed for
Exactly.
and shared and worked hard to help.
And in this case, you know, Juno is such the entertainer. We'll take the camera back, Zach. The little kitten on the chair there, that's Valcor. That's her new sister. God, I can't even. Her new brother. And all the posts on Juno's page now are of Juno showing Valcor the ways of the world, and that's the ways of the world according to Juno.
Exactly.
Which is usually trouble. And of course, Valcor was adopted from Sweet Pea,
Yeah.
so you know, keeping it close to home there. But I do look forward to making it there. If you can make, I'll send you that
Yeah.
poster, or
Yes.
you can find it
Yeah.
right on Juno's page.
Yeah, I'd like to try to do that.
It'll be fun. It's probably like an hour and a half ride for me, but you know, I've promised. Juno and Mom have been so good about coming down here for so many reasons.
Yeah.
I can't say that, you know, previously I would have wanted to go to some of the events up that way, but my vehicle wouldn't do it. I have more faith in this one. And besides, if I have Zach with me, he can push if we get stuck. Crickets from the control
I hear
room.
no answer.
Yeah, crickets. What? Crickets from the control room. We have plans for you, Zach. Anyway,
You better watch out for her with the plans.
yeah, you really.
I can tell you.
Yeah, but hey, look, that works both ways. Let's not even go there. We have, we have stories to tell. I'll tell you, Linda. It was really awesome to have you reach out to me tonight.
It was so much
And
fun.
I'm so glad that you came on the show. I'm sure Linda never expected when she got up out of bed this morning she was going to be in TV in Connecticut tonight.
I did not.
But here we are now.
I'm game
and
for anything.
So I can tell you it's true.
That's enough.
Yeah. We have to behave. Her husband's here, you know.
Yeah.
It changes the nature of some of the stories we can tell. Look at
Yes,
him.
it does.
Yeah, hand on hips, like, say what? But anyway, how much time do we have left, Zach? It's time to go. Say it with me, Linda. We're going to say peace,
Peace.
love,
Love.
and dogs.
Dogs.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Good night.